Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am new to keto and I enjoy cooking new recipes. So far, all of the recipes that I've created are keto approved. I am lazy keto, so I mean, if you see me using non-strict ingredients, please don't cuss me out in the comments. Me and my oldest son are going to prepare shrimp Alfredo. So this definitely tastes like the Alfredo boats that you get from Olive Garden. So good. Like, all I need to do is figure out some type of breadstick or biscuit or something recipe that I could dip this into this Alfredo sauce. It was so good. But anyway, I also made the noodles. It was something I tried. I'll probably use a different recipe in the future. It was a little difficult to work with the noodles hot in terms of the boiling process. But I think overall it came out pretty well. So if you're interested in seeing how we make this skillet Alfredo, then please keep watching. And if you like what you see, please comment, subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks. Alright, so for the noodle recipe I'm going to try, there's only 2 ingredients. It's going to be 1 cup of mozzarella and 1 egg yolk. So the first thing I'm going to do is pour in my whole cup of mozzarella cheese. And then I'm just going to nuke that up for about, I don't know, 30 to 60 seconds until it's nice and smooth. And then I'm going to stir it up, so I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, the cheese is completely melted. It is steaming a bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this cool for about 30 seconds before I add the egg yolk. This way I don't have to worry about the egg cooking and scrambling. So I will let this cool for a second and then add in the yolk. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, but at this point I've already added in the egg yolk. It was just a little too hard to film and stir fast enough, make sure it didn't cook and things like that. So it's a little bit more yellow, so you can tell that the yolk has been added, and it's going to be pretty sticky consistency. So what we're going to want to do from here is I'm just going to ball it up, and then I'm going to transfer it over to my parchment paper, and then we're going to roll it out, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so at this point, all I've done is I took my dough ball and I had 2 pieces of parchment paper. I just rolled it out as flat as I could, probably about 1/8 of an inch. Removed that second piece of parchment paper and I just cut it up into little slices so it kind of resembles noodles. And the vibe I'm getting already is more of like an egg noodle kind of deal. But the reason I started this so early in the day is because at this point in the recipe, it calls for letting it sit in the refrigerator for a minimum of 4 hours to dry. So I'm just going to put this on a baking sheet, let it sit in the refrigerator for about 4 hours or so, and then I am going to make the shrimp and the Alfredo that I plan on eating with the noodles. So we will see how they turn out a little bit later today. Okay.
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm hoping my mom makes shrimp Alfredo.
Okay, let's check the shrimp and see how it's cooking. So in the skillet, stir it up just a little bit with the tongs. Okay, in the skillet is just 1 pack of medium-sized frozen shrimp, and we're just gonna turn this on medium-low heat until it thaws out and most of the water evaporates. Then we will add some seasoning. Okay, so the shrimp is done. We removed it from the heat, and in the skillet we added another half a tablespoon of butter. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the 4 ounces. Excuse me, I'm gonna go ahead and add the half a cup of heavy whipping cream. The heavy whipping cream. Now go ahead and whisk that together. So mix it around quickly so the butter and stuff mixes together. And then I'm gonna add in 4 ounces of the cream cheese. Sorry. Okay, so the cream cheese is melting up. And turn it down just a little bit. Mash it, buddy. Gotta mash it and stir it at the same time. Okay, so then while that's melting, we're gonna add in 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese and 3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Now stir it. You're gonna have to move pretty quickly, buddy. Here, let me help you so we can get it all incorporated so it melts. And I can tell that it's gonna be pretty thick, so I'm gonna add a little bit more heavy whipping cream.
So you keep stirring that, buddy. I'm gonna add a little bit more heavy whipping cream. There we go. Looks pretty good. Keep going.
All right, so basically what ended up happening is I added probably about a total of another 1/4 to 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream because it was just a little bit too sticky for my liking. So we're gonna go ahead and add the shrimp in there. Go ahead and scrape all that in there. Yeah, there we go. And stir that up, and then let me grab the spinach so we can sprinkle that in there. All right, so this is with the spinach in it. This is with the shrimp in it. So now all we gotta do is boil the noodles that I made up earlier really quick, and then we're gonna put it together and then we'll try it, okay, Mikey?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the noodles I made earlier. I did them without you because they had to sit in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours and you guys were playing games. So all we're gonna do is wait for this pot of water to get to a rolling boil. Do not add salt. Mozzarella cheese is so salty, you will regret it if you add salt. So once the water comes to a rolling boil, we're gonna add the noodles for about, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute, and then take them out and rinse them underneath some cool water and build our Alfredo. Right, so the water is boiling, so I'm just gonna grab the pasta and I'm just gonna drop it in for about a minute, and then I'm going to take it out and rinse it underneath some cold water, so stay tuned. Okay, so this is basically the finished product. Can't really see much spinach there, but there's a piece or so. So Mikey's gonna try it first. He's got some of the noodle and a piece of shrimp. Let's see how he likes it. Go ahead, try it. Do you like it? Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, let me try it. Okay, so I'm gonna try a bite. Got a piece of shrimp, some of the noodle. It tastes pretty good. It tastes kind of like Olive Garden Alfredo sauce. I don't really love the noodles, but oh well, pretty good. Mikey said he liked it. Let's see what Marcus thinks. Okay, here. Now eat it.
You like it or you don't like it? I love it.
You like it?
I love it.
Oh, another love it from Marcus.